Hi guys. So I said I was going to do some recording of videos. And this is what I'm doing. Just going to record some videos for you. I'm going to have it available. That way if I need to not be, here at the house, or if I don't have time to record, I have them and they're good. Let me get my phone turned off, the sound. I think it's important to me because there's some topics that are just more in depth than what I can talk about in one day. Or like I told William, there's topics that are hard. Like, I every day. Hold on, guys. I should have had all this done, but no. Okay. So every day I work with people that, are dealing and struggling with mental health issues. Whether it be I have kids and I have teens and I have, 19-year-olds and 40-year-olds and, I have the whole variety. So I have so many things that I get exposed to on a daily. And so sometimes coming home and doing that video is just kind of hard, like I'm just worn because I don't carry, let me rephrase it, I don't carry, but I've heard a lot of good, bad, ugly. So there's times that I come home and I just don't want to get into a deep thought process. And it's only because I'm exhausted. After I've heard it for a minute all day, then I really just don't want to come home and talk about it, Like when you go home from your job, you don't want to worry about your job. And so when I come home and I talk about it, sometimes what that does is it just kind of puts me in a funk because I just get so tired, like just hearing bad. And so I don't want to come home and talk about it, I want to come home and talk about my day and I want to come home and tell you guys, hey, but I don't want to focus on deep, dark, topics. So I said I was going to kind of just break off and start doing these because, I was doing it for a while where I was pre-recording and I felt like the conversation was more in depth. For me to be able to talk about without having true feeling or, whatever of that subject. And so therefore it was easier for me to get into conversations of a nature that are harder. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So I might talk about depression. I might talk about anxiety. I might talk about, positive thought process. I might talk about motivation. I might talk about sexual abuse. I might talk about, coping skills and how we deal with everything. I mean, these kind of videos are going to be the kind of videos that are just going to be the guts, like the hardcore, needs more than a few minutes at the end of my day conversations. Because I very much believe that, there are more people out there that suffer from mental health issues than what is even known or discussed. And when I say that, I'm not trying to say that everybody has a problem. I'm saying that everybody probably knows somebody that is dealing with an issue or something in their life. And a lot of times we don't have the knowledge or know-how or the understanding of or, the capacity to be available for them. So what I want to do is kind of set this up to where, maybe I talk about something and then you got a friend or somebody struggling with it or yourself struggling with it and you're like, oh yeah, okay. And you have somebody to relate with you, okay? By no means am I a professional researcher, but I can tell you that I work with enough people that I've learned tools. And I worked inpatient settings and I've worked outpatient settings. So I have a variety of experience. And again, I work with kids and adults alike. And so therefore I'm kind of, across the board able to give you information that can possibly be a tool for you. I don't know how much I'll record today, but I do want to record and I do want to just jump into it. And I want to be able to have 5 days a week information available to throw out if I need to, you know? I know that you're going to be going to Vegas in a few weeks, so I would like to be able to provide you guys videos while I'm gone. So that's the outlook of that. The thing about it is that I used to like change my shirt and make it all professional, like I was recording a new video every day, and I'm not really going to take that process that way at this point. Okay. I'm going to be more lax. You're going to see me probably use my computer some. If I need to verify any information, or if I need to look at something, because I definitely don't want to be giving you bad information, you know? So you might see me doing some sidetracks here. Okay. Also with this, I do just want to tell you again, I am not licensed at this point. I have done all my hours. I've severed. I've done all that I need to do hour-wise. I have to take my test. Just a forefront on that. I haven't taken my test because, it's 178 questions and it's $275. And when I talk to people, they're like, oh, don't worry, everybody fails on the first time. And I just don't have that mindset. I don't have that ability to be okay failing, especially if I can't study. So my goal is to be able to cut back on work some and focus on studying. And I'm to the point to where, after next month, if I need to quit my job, I don't know what's going on in my head. Do you see that red spot? Anyways, if I need to quit my job to do so, we're kind of all in agreement that that's what we'll do, because I need to be able to get this test done. I've got some things coming up in the next few weeks. It's going to be really busy. Some changes in my house, some changes going on. I don't want it to affect us at all, and I don't want it to affect what I'm doing, but it motivated me more to get some stuff ready for you guys. Okay. So this first video is just going to be about me, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and throw it out there, just so that you guys have it. So, just kind of about me. I didn't start school till I was later in life. I decided to go to school when I was 26, 27, I think, and I definitely didn't go into counseling and psychology at first. I went into education and thought I wanted to be a teacher, and I'm telling you, by the time I got through my associates, I was jumping, like I was running. I didn't have any desire to do that. I was married at the time, and I had a son that had ADHD and was also married to a man that had ADHD. And I can tell you that when you have a younger and an older that are exactly the same, it becomes a challenge to go day to day. But what I learned is that I started researching and trying to understand and trying to figure out, how I could help both of them and what I could do to help them make life a little easier. So I got really involved in the back end of counseling, I guess you could say, like the way that psychology worked, the way that counseling worked, the way that things work in people with mental health issues. I'll be honest, I really hadn't been involved or impacted by anybody personally that I knew that had ADHD. So I really didn't have an understanding of what it was. So it started with that, very simple. And it started probably before I finished my associates. I was already, scratching the head on maybe I don't want to do psychology. Maybe I want to do this. And so when I finished my associates and I actually walked stage because I didn't know if I was going to continue on with school. But I did. I walked stage, got my associates in early childhood education, and knew that I was not going to go anywhere with that. I decided at that point to go ahead and took a break from school for about 6 months, just to kind of sit on it and let myself process it. Plus, also, you're going into a bachelor's program. You probably need the support of your family and, want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So we did it. I was working a full-time job for a wireless company. I'd been there for years, 13 years. Well, at the time, no. I had not been there 13 years. I'd probably been there, let's say 4 years, 5 years. Okay. I had a really good job and it allotted me tuition reimbursement. So I decided to go ahead and get into the bachelor's program, and I dove in and I went into into psychology. So my bachelor's degree is in psychology and I loved it. Like every aspect of my bachelor's program, I loved and enjoyed. Okay. Like I already knew where I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to do. And I was ready. I was ready to be a therapist, and I was ready to live life and to help people, and not only kids, but I wanted to help adults, So that's what I did. I dove in and I became ready and prepared for school, and I loved it. I loved school. I loved working. I loved being a wife. I loved being a mom. Like I love life, and it was great. I enjoyed it. Another thing about me is all my education literally was done through online. And people are like, how did you do that? Ooh, I'll tell you how I did it. I spent lots of time doing work. Like I would go to work and I would come home, and time management was crucial. And I was really dedicated, and it was hard, but it wasn't horrible. The hardest part was like taking statistics online. And when you have somebody that struggles with math and such of that on or any subject, it makes a class harder. So I powered through, got through my bachelor's with a 4.0. I did really good. Was pretty proud of myself. Life was still pretty amazing, and we'd been through some changes there. Like my dad had died, and my grandma, just a lot. Like there was a lot of life changes in that period too. So we moved, job change for my husband at the time, like a lot of chaos. But I think that my school is what kept me grounded and let me stay focused. Like I had a clear mindset. And so it made life even better. I finished my bachelor's degree. Again, I finished with a 4.0. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to counsel, and I wanted to spend time helping people, and I wanted to be able to give them the ability to get through things in life on their own by giving them tools and directions and to be there for them. I never in my wildest dreams figured I would be where I am today, probably. I kind of, I think that I was more into it because of, I got into this because of my family, and now here I am finishing my bachelor's, and now I want to take it so much further. So I did, I took a few more months off, and then signed up for, actually, took a few months off, got a divorce, signed up for my master's program, and you guys, I loved it. I loved learning about the theories, and I love learning about ways to help people and ways to engage with people. And, I loved hearing about the concepts and the different ways that we can talk to people. I just honed in, and I loved every aspect of it. So when it came time to do practicum, I got a list from my school of a few places that took, internship. And I'm like, okay. Happened to be that the first one I called was the first one that I got accepted for internship. And I've been there since, And I am telling you, with every ounce that I am, as much as I say my job is hard, I love my job. You know, like I come home every day and I love how I feel about being able to do what I do, you know. Um I never really thought about being a counselor as I was younger because I had been to a few counselors in my life, and yeah, they weren't my best friends. Not really. Like I had this one that she like pulled her wig down all the time, and she kind of was creepy and scared me and traumatized me. To be honest, you know, like I was like, yeah, I was scared. So yeah, that's that. But here I am, and I love it. I love what I do. I think that there's a lot of stigma behind it. Like, just because I'm a therapist, people think I don't have my own problems, or that I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't do that, or I should do this. And I think that's the hardest part of this job, you know? When I have a day and I break down and I cry, or I'm having some anxiety and I have my own things going on, people tend to look at me like, eh? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. The first thing that they teach you in school, essentially, is to find a therapist and to utilize a therapist, not only in school, but throughout your career. Because what happens is that we absorb so much and take in so much that, you know, can become exhausting, depressing. It can be, you know, cause anxiety. It can create feelings that, you know, don't bring good things. So, you know, one of the first things they said is, and at my school was, you know, hey, why don't you go ahead and find a counselor yourself and get their number and be their friend, and know that you're going to need to utilize them. Okay. So I don't know, when I been at my job, you know, my other job for 12 years, 13 years. And when I put in my 2 weeks notice, you know, I wasn't scared. I wasn't worried. I wasn't anything but happy. Because I knew that I had made the right choice. I knew I'd made the right choice for me. I knew that I made the right choice for who I am and for my desire to help people and when I say help people, I didn't say fix people. I said help people. And I knew that my own trials and tribulations and experiences in life probably put me right in the right place for this career path. And I think that it motivated me, you know. My first assignment in internship was at a detention center, and guys, it was scary. Like, I'll be honest, I'm a pretty shy person, and I don't have a lot of mean bones in my body at all. And I probably was too much of a pushover with my own kids, and probably didn't. I don't know. I can't say that I didn't belong in a detention center, because it probably was my biggest strength. Like, it put my foot out there and in the door and gave me the realization that there's so many people that are judged and looked at because of their behaviors, which I get it. They should be. But those people that are getting judged don't normally know that there's an opportunity for change. And when you can do that, when you can help them see that there could be something different, then it creates a sense of helping them, you know? When you can give them your time and your attention and caring and your honesty. I mean, everybody that I talk to, I'm very honest with, because I believe that helps my relationships with them. That helps me build a rapport with them, you know? And so that being my first step out the door, I pretty much knew, yes, it was a detention center for kids, but that almost made it worse, because here these kids are that, you know, are just a little older than my son, and they're in trouble and they're locked up, and wow, you know, just wow. So, I really thrived on being able to be the best me for them And then when I got done with that and I went into a group home, an inpatient, or it's called inpatient because they're there, they live there. But they're kids that are in the system. And I'm telling you, like, you see the pain and the hurt, and you just want to love them and hug them and care for them and show them that it's okay and that it sucks to be where we're at, but damn it, we can change tomorrow, Like, there's nothing holding us down because we're free to make choices that will help tomorrow. I dabbled with that and did that for a while, and then we had an intensive care service that we offer through my job, and essentially it's a quick stay, like they're supposed to stay there a few days and then go on. With that, I would have 12 kids a day, and 12 kids a day that had horrible lives, and that I could get so angry at human nature, just mankind. And I didn't understand, and I couldn't understand. And so then COVID hit, and guys, that threw me for a effing loop. Like, here I am, and I love my job, and I literally would work 12 to 15 hours a day if I could. I mean, if they needed me, I was there. And then COVID came. And thank you, COVID, for giving me a year and a few months off, like 14 months off, 15 months off. I got to sit on my ass, gain weight, and do nothing besides have my own issues of depression and sadness and worry and anxiety and all the things. So when I went out for COVID, I still had about 700 hours left of my schooling, or not schooling, but my board supervision. So the board supervises you for 3,000 hours. So I had 700 hours left, and I got busy when I came back in May, and I finished it, and it's done. So there's that. So now I'm just so busy that I don't have time to study. So back to the testing. My goal is to be able to test pretty quickly and to become licensed, because I know this is where I need to be, and I know this is my field, and I know this is my career choice, and I know this is what I want to do. And I know that I've worked with every age level, besides seniors. I don't know that I've worked with a senior yet. And that could be interesting, but fun. But I know this is where I need to be. I know this is what I want to do with my life. And that's why when William and I got into making a YouTube channel, I never really thought I'd be one to want to get on here and talk and share my life and share the situations and share how I feel or share my job or what I know. But we were sitting there talking one day, and I was like, I really just want to do chit chats. Like, I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want to be a therapist for people online. But I want to be there. I want to be able to use my knowledge for more than just, what's in front of me. I want to be able to be a person that they can reach out to. I don't want to be your therapist, but if you have questions or you need help looking for something or you don't understand something, I want to be there for you for that. If you have family, friends that are struggling with, bipolar disorder, I want to be there, and I want to help you. I want to be your support group through that. If you're dealing with depression or anxiety, I want to be your support group. I want to lead you in all the right ways, because, I can't do therapy this way. Can't do it. But I would love to be there and support you. And if there's something that I can do in your area where I can reach out and get you the support and care that you need, I want to be able to do that, So that's a little bit about me. So now I'm 43. I had a goal a few years ago when I graduated with my master's to go to Vegas, and I didn't get to go because I was a mom supporting my kids, working a full-time job, and being my mom's texting me again. Imagine that. But an intern. So I worked 2 jobs all day long, but I didn't get paid for being an intern. So I was, I didn't have the money on my mouth for when I graduated my master's to just go. So when William and I got together a few years ago, I don't know how it came up, but I was like, yeah, I was going to go to Vegas. Or he was telling me about how he's been to Vegas and he liked it. And I was like, yeah, I was supposed to go, when I graduated my master's degree, but I didn't get to go. And so thankfully, we've been able to go and I've been able to do some traveling and enjoy that fun life with him. And we're looking at some big changes for us in the near future. Looking at, changing scenery, getting a different place to live. Just a lot of big new coming on. And I'm excited and I'm ready. And I just want to be here and share what I can with you guys. So that's a pretty long video just to kind of give you a heads up and about me, huh? I should have done this long ago because, of course, it would help you guys know a little bit more about me, but I didn't. Also, just to throw this out there, I don't care what I look like 99% of the time, y'all. See how my hair is all crazy? It's a Sunday evening, and I have been doing all the things to help my mom pack, and so, yeah, I don't care. This is what I look like. So this is me. And again, I don't know how much I'm going to record same day. I don't know how much recording I'm going to do of just recorded video, but you will have more content from me. That's what I can guarantee. So, with that, I just want to thank you guys so much. And, if there's anything in previous videos that you found interesting or anything, that you want to talk about or you think that I should talk about or you want to pick my brain at, just shoot it out there. Give it to me. I don't mind. It might not be a same day chat, but if it's something that's really deep, like my next video is going to be a deep video because there's a lot of components to it. And again, I think it's way more than what I can say in a little video after work. So don't feel afraid to ask me questions because I will answer. And we will go on from there. So I'm going to shock you guys out and throw this out on Sunday night. That way you can get a heads up on what I'm doing. And I'm going to start so we can have content from here on out. So I want to thank you guys. I'm sure my life was more exciting than what I've told you. And there's more to it, but you'll probably learn that down the road. But thank you guys so much. And if you guys would like or can, please like this, share it, send it to friends, and then have them subscribe because you guys are already here. So share me if you want to share me. So for now, I'm going to sign off and say thank you guys so much, and I will be back. Bye, guys.